Besides this, he considered that the task of training and educating his son was too important to be entrusted to the ordinary run of teachers of poetry, music, and general education. It required, as Sophocles put it, his reputation deserved. Aristotle was a native of the city of Stratia, which Philip had himself destroyed. He now repopulated it and brought back all the citizens who had been enslaved or driven into exile. He gave Aristotle and his pupil the temple of the nymphs near Mysa, as a place where they could study and converse. And to this day, they show you the stone seats and shady walks which Aristotle used. It seems clear too that Alexander was instructed by his teacher not only in the principles of ethics and politics, but also in those secret and more esoteric studies which philosophers do not impart to the general run of students, but only by word of mouth to a select circle of the initiated. Some years later, after Alexander had crossed into Asia, he learned that Aristotle had published some treatises dealing with these esoteric matters, and he wrote to him in blunt language and took him to the task for the sake of the prestige of philosophy. This was the text of his letter. Alexander to Aristotle, greetings. You have not done well to write down and publish those doctrines you taught me by word of mouth. What advantages shall I have over other men if these theories in which I have been trained are to be made common property? I would rather excel the rest of mankind in my knowledge of what is best than the extent of my power. Farewell. It was Aristotle, I believe, who did more than anyone to implant in Alexander his interest in the art of healing as well as that of philosophy. He was not merely attracted to the theory of medicine, but was in the habit of tending his friends when they were sick and prescribing for them various courses of treatment or diet. As we learn from his letters, he was also devoted by nature to all kinds of learning and was a lover of books. He regarded the Iliad as a handbook of the art of war and took with him on his campaigns a text annotated by Aristotle, which became known as the casket copy, and which he always kept under his pillow together with his dagger. When his campaigns had taken him far into the interior of Asia, and he could find no other books, he ordered his treasurer Harpalus to send him some. Harpalus sent him the histories of Philistus, many of the tragedies of Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides, and the dithyrambic poems of Telestes and Philoxenexis. As first, Alexander greatly admired Aristotle and became more attached to him than to his father. For the one, he used to say, had given him the gift of life, but the other had taught him how to live well.